Bring her in. Can I see your passport?
My name is Asad J. Malik. I'm an artist that works exclusively with augmented reality. This is my piece, Terminal 3, that's playing currently at the Barbican. It's a place in which you're invited to go into the room and you sit on a chair and you put on this augmented reality headset. After you put it on, you're able to see a hologram of someone who appears to be a Muslim. You go through a series of questioning where you interrogate them and see whether or not you want to let them into the country.
We're at the Barbican Centre in London, where you can right now experience the augmented reality documentary Terminal 3. My name is Laura Beiger and I'm a reporter with Mashable. Can you tighten it a little bit more?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Okay. Bring her in. Can I see your passport? Where are you coming from? I understand. Where were you born? Is your mother also Pakistani? Terminal 3 takes place right in here, and I was just in, and I gotta say, it feels very real. You're alone with your goggles and a hologram, but it doesn't feel that way. The experiences of the people in the holograms, are they all real?
All the holograms that you meet in the experience are real people telling their real stories. None of it is really scripted.
The idea for Terminal 3 comes from your own experience. Can you explain how it came to be?
I'm from Pakistan and I travel a good bit, and frequently in airports I'm taken into a secondary screening room to figure out more why I'm traveling to a certain country. Where the word Terminal 3 comes from to begin with was when I was going to the US for the first time as a student. That was in Abu Dhabi International Airport, and they have a place called Terminal 3 where the US has a customs facility. So I was just held there for a long time, to a point where my flight was about to leave in a few minutes, and I got up to ask if they could speed up the process so I could get on the plane. It had taken months to get my visa, and I wasn't going to miss that opportunity. And one of the guards kind of got up, and it was rather rough, and essentially said that it doesn't matter if you have a visa or not, I decide whether you go in. You're put in this position where you have to prove yourself, you kind of have to prove your own humanity. But it's also just something I really look forward to at times. It's just a really interesting moment of you being able to sit down in a room and talk about yourself to someone who's professionally supposed to figure you out. And those moments are just so interesting that I wanted to recreate them as a mechanism to explore this idea of a contemporary Muslim identity, if we could say there is one. People frequently forget that augmented reality is a lot more about your space than whatever virtual content is being augmented on it. You're usually 95% in your space, and it's only that additional 5% that's virtual content. And that's usually all you need to implant a different version of people's space in their minds. So when you meet a hologram in your space, it makes you look at your space differently. Even after you've taken off that headset, you'll feel this hologram's ghostly presence left behind, and you'll be able to associate that space with this person. And I think that's really the power of augmented reality.